The Metroidvania genre has had no shortage of amazing games. From Hollow Knight to Ori to the recently released Metroid Dread and everything in between, Metroidvania fans have been eating well for a number of years. But what Metroidvania experiences are on the horizon? What Metroidvania games should you have on your wish lists? What's the next Metroidvania gem that fans will be talking about for years to come? In this video, I hope to answer those questions and more. Here are my top 10 most anticipated upcoming Metroidvania games. With so many quality upcoming titles out there, consider this to be the first of many covering this very topic. Sit back, relax, smash that subscribe button, and enjoy. Let's get right into the list. Starting off the list strong is the recently announced Islets. Islets is a surprisingly wholesome Metroidvania about making connections with the people around you. As Eco, an aspiring warrior, you'll take your rickety ship from island to island in hopes to reignite each island's magnetic core to reunite them while fighting off foes along the way. I love the hand-painted look of this game, much like I loved the look of Kyle Thompson's previous game, Sheepo, and the way the map expands and connects upon completing various areas has me so excited to explore all the nooks and crannies of each island. Islets is tentatively slated for a 2022 release. At number 9, we have the fast-paced Lone Fungus. Lone Fungus is a Metroidvania set in a world built by mushrooms where you play as the last mushroom alive. With 13 unique areas, over 15 different abilities, and over 60 relics along with distinct mushroom caps to collect, there is a lot of game packed into Lone Fungus. What really drew me to this title was the platforming, which looks so snappy with tons of momentum, and as a platformer fan first and foremost, it's something I always look for even in Metroidvanias. It looks like this platforming style was inspired in part by modern platformers such as Celeste, which has me even more excited. I love the inclusion of various difficulty modes and an assist mode as well. Next up is a game that is more on the Metroid side of Metroidvanias with Biota, or B-I-O-T-A. Biota is a Metroidvania shooter set on a wild and dangerous sci-fi pixel art planet. In Biota, you'll take control of a commando unit known as the Gemini 2 team to investigate a mining colony that ceased all communication. Using various crafts including a mech, a sub, a starship, and various guns, you'll need to survive 10 treacherous areas filled with traps and mutant monsters. I love all the weapons available, but what I love even more is the decision to go with 4 color palettes and 8-bit visuals along with a stress-free rescue system to ensure I won't need to redo anything I've already completed. A welcome feature indeed. At number 7, we have a game that recently completed a massively successful Kickstarter in Crowsworn. Crowsworn is an action-packed Metroidvania where you lay waste to the monsters that stand in your way with a wide array of stylish combat maneuvers. With a compelling story delivered in Souls-like style and punishing AI to keep you on your toes, Crowsworn should have fans of tougher Metroidvanias hyped. The comparisons to Hollow Knight are certainly understandable, but with changes to the weapon types and story, I think there's certainly a space for games that are inspired by the indie classic. I hope to see if Crowsworn can carve its own place into the genre's history sometime in the future. At number 6, we have the 16-bit styled Souldiers. Souldiers is a Metroidvania set in a sprawling fantasy world caught between the living and the fallen. In this game, you'll need to outwit your enemies, solve nefarious puzzles, upgrade your character, and explore every corner of an intricate handcrafted world in order to battle your way to the heart of the mystery. While the 16-bit visuals drew me in initially, what kept me intrigued with Souldiers is the class system. This is a Metroidvania with multiple classes that provide different attack styles, which is a massive plus for me. Whether I want to go full melee or cast spells or go for a more ranged approach, Souldiers has that, and it's that kind of flexibility that I love to see.
Through Terragaia magnificent landscapes. In a world where life and death seem to blur into one, become the toughest warrior, master new abilities, and retrieve powerful artifacts. But don't get too confident. Never underestimate the enemy. They could be more powerful than you imagine. Will you be strong enough to succeed and bring your fellow soldiers back home? Soldiers.
Next up, we have a cybernetic-styled Metroidvania with Bushiden. In Bushiden, you'll explore for cybernetic upgrades until you are powerful enough to defeat the diabolic Gao and his cybergenetic army once and for all. The game supplies plenty of unique bosses and rewards for you for defeating them with powerful new traversal and combat abilities. You can then use those new abilities to revisit past levels and unlock new areas to become even more powerful. This game has a slick art style, which reminds me of a bit of the Messenger and Cyber Shadow, but what I can't get enough of is the crowd control ability, which lets you wipe tons of enemies at once. I can't wait to try it out for myself. At number 4, we have one of my favorite games with a playable demo during Steam Next Fest in Haiku, the Robot. In Haiku, the Robot, you play as a cute robot who is tasked with saving the world. You'll quickly notice in this Metroidvania that this is not such an easy task, as you'll have to navigate and explore a world filled with corrupt robots, dangerous hazards, and downright difficult foes. I love the precise movement that opens up as you play, and the art direction is impressive as well. Having cuter elements like Haiku paired with some creepier looking enemies works so well, and the color palettes chosen are a huge plus for me as well. This was another much deserved success on Kickstarter. Next up is an interdimensional Metroidvania in Akatori. In Akatori, you'll help young Mako to save the world while gracefully switching between two parallel dimensions using a unique world warp ability. While the amazing pixel art stands out to me upon first glance, it's the combat that really has me hyped to jump into this one. Akatori's combat is full of sweet slashing and combos using your trusty quarterstaff Donatello style, along with a hand fan for ranged attacks and some sweet platforming maneuvers. Combos will be further expanded as you play by obtaining unique abilities and attacks. With stylish combat and two dimensions to explore, Akatori has a lot to offer, and I can't wait to rack up those satisfying combos. At number 2, we have a Metroidvania inspired by the 16 and 32-bit era classics with Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder. In Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder, you'll join Alethea and a vibrant cast of characters as they race to discover the secrets of the Steam city of Canon. Using a sword, a gun, and a myriad of melee combos, you'll fight for mankind's survival and reveal the dangerous truths riveted into the very foundations of the Steam city. The pixel art on display is gorgeous, with its steampunk aesthetic permeating every facet of the game. Having the ability to dash, dodge, and double jump is quite exciting, which provides a ton of mobility to navigate the impressive boss battles. I'm ready to master Gestalt's combat when it releases. At number 1, we have a follow-up to a bona fide indie classic with Hollow Knight Silksong. In the sequel to the award-winning Hollow Knight, you'll explore, fight, and survive as you ascend to the peak of a land ruled by Silk and Song. While Hollow Knight's distinct look is memorable in its own right, Silksong feels like a natural progression to even greater heights in that department. The further inclusion of color leading to more distinct biomes like coral forests, mossy grottos, and misted moors is such a brilliant move, and that's only being based on what I've seen so far, with so much left unseen at this point. The combat looks superb as well, and with over 150 foes, plenty of quests, and tools to craft, Hollow Knight Silksong is shaping up to be an epic sequel. And there we have it, my top most anticipated upcoming Metroidvanias. Which were your favorites from this list? Let me know in the comments below. There were so many quality games that I could not include in this list, and I'm happy to announce that part 2 is already underway and is coming soon. But if there are any games not featured on this list that you're looking forward to, let me know about those games as well. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you can, please subscribe, as subscribing helps the channel out quite a bit. I'm always looking to grow this channel, and your support means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one.